into it means it's just 14 days until Christmas morning. 2 weeks from today, it's really getting to be crunch time. And if you are still shopping or surfing the web for deals on gifts, you may start to be taking shortcuts at this point. But you do want to make sure that you are remembering to protect your financial and your personal information. That's why we're joined by Peggy Penders from the Better Business Bureau on the couch right now. You promise that you're not being the Grinch today, but we're talking about something serious when it comes to the holiday season, the 12 scams of Christmas. You've narrowed down 12. We're going to pull up a list of all 12. We're going to explain some of the ones that do need a little bit of explaining, but here are all 12. Counterfeit, fake websites, fake charities, credit card fraud, Santa scammers, malware, shady resellers, ID theft, shipping scams, bad Wi-Fi, travel scams, and phone scams. So let's start with the first one, counterfeit items. This is a big problem. We just had a big federal press conference about this a couple weeks ago, warning people about it, right?
It is a big problem, and we want to get those brand names. We want to get a lower price for a high-end item. So you got to be careful, you know, where you're shopping. Definitely look for those telltale signs that you are in a trustworthy environment, that you're on a site that has credibility, has contact information, and that it's secure. We've talked about this a little bit. It has to have that S in the URL itself, and pay attention to your checkouts.
Okay, and what if you're in a store and you think that something might be counterfeit? We see this a lot with sports merchandise, jerseys, things like that.
You do, and you've got to make sure that you're dealing with a retailer that has been around. Sometimes this time of year we have retailers that just come in for the holiday season. So maybe proceed with caution in those particular situations, but make sure that you're dealing with a retailer that's been around, and if there's a problem, you can go back to them.
And if you do figure out that something that you bought is counterfeit, what do you do?
Well, you bring it back to the retailer, hopefully, and that they are there for you to ask questions and, you know, expect a refund if you find something wrong with the item.
Okay, our next one we want to talk about is Santa scammers. What's a Santa? That's hard to say. It's a tongue twister, but what is it?
Santa scammer. Well, if you're a parent, you often want to try to surprise your child, and there's lots of opportunities for you to contact Santa, Santa to contact your child. You can do this through website environments. They can also send correspondence to your child by surprise, and you arrange that. But you've got to make sure that you're dealing with a legitimate site. There's so many that kind of pop up and can go down within just a day or two. So make sure that you're dealing with somebody that's been around again, that is actually has that transparency that you're looking for, is going to deliver. Because you don't want to give away your personal information to someone that isn't actually going to follow through.
Do you know of any of these websites that are good websites off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head.
We'll try to look some up and post it with this story on wingingit.tv. We also have some shipping scams that you want people to know about. What is this?
Well, we do, because so many people are shopping online, and you're looking for confirmation, and you're looking for notice of your delivery. So when you get these alerts that say there's a problem with your order, there's a problem with your shipping, that something is going to go wrong and you're not going to get your item on time, make sure that it's actually the retailer. We always say kind of surf online with double vision. You've kind of got your alerts open in one window, but do your own checking in a second one, so you can confirm that the email is coming from the actual retailer. Maybe pick up the phone, old school, right? They're going to pick up the phone and actually contact the retailer and say, hey, I got this notice. Is it legit? Because I don't want to click on anything. Do not click on anything unless you actually verify it independently.
All right, this is the biggest shipping weekend of the year, too, because people are going to try to get those things on time.
It is right now. You got, if you're going to be shopping online, you got to do that. This week is really kind of the time crunch.
All right, then we also have shady resellers. What's that?
Well, this is when you're going to be buying something pre-owned. So maybe you're going to look to Craigslist or eBay. Again, you might want to look at going old school, going local. Is this person in my area? Can I go and actually physically see them? Do they have the credibility rating that I'm going to need to actually feel comfortable with making that purchase? Am I giving my information to someone who's done this before and I can trust them? So you've got to make sure that you're proceeding with caution and you're kind of checking all those things before you give away your information.
All right, that sounds good. The 12 scams of Christmas, you can go to BBB.org. What is the Western New York website?
Well, it's BBB.org, and you can enter your zip code. You'll come right to upstate New York.
And you have the 12 scams and how to avoid them on there. Okay, sounds good. You weren't very Grinchy at all. This was really, this is good, empowering information.
I was going to bring my Grinch doll.
Maybe next time. All right, we're going to toss things over to Todd. He's not a Grinch either, are you, Todd?